Hey everybody, we're back! By back, I mean, okay, we have had one episode so far, but it was kind of like a preload to the actual proper RP. So we're back for Let's Roleplay!
Let's roleplay.
Yay!
Khalil, I am not going to throw hair.
Everyone who is not currently in the call, just feel free to join when you can. As Zambicam so expertly said. Speaking of which, I am, of course, your GM and host, Duhad. Joining me are Time Knight as...
Hold on a sec. I forget what my name was.
Alright, well...
Apparently it's hold on a sec.
As hold on a second. Samurai Lord of the North. Yeah, so this game, I believe, is... I'm calling it Hunters of Japan, or... No, Common over Kyoto, that's right. I think
the first video was called The Hunters of Japan.
Okay, then it's Hunters of Japan. I don't know. It's been like 2 weeks.
No, Hunters of Japan's.
Japan's? Hunters of
Well,
Japan's. Oh man, I fucked that up. Well, whatever. It's Hunters of
We
Japan's.
hunt Japans. We're gonna catch all of them.
Harpoon that Japan before it gets away. The great white Japan who took me leg.
The Great Yellow Japan.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Okay, go on.
All right. So yes. Time Knight, have you found your character sheet?
Yep, I got it.
All right. So introducing Time Knight as.
Yoshitomi Sugaharu.
All right.
Or something like that.
And he is
Miyamoto.
Douchebag Robin Hood.
Douchebag Robin Hoods. All right. Also, Nero Brony as
A character who has no name.
the character with no name, who is a
Horse without no name.
No. He is as freaking like Hercules' bigger cousin.
giant muscle man.
Indeed.
And
In
zombie.
the circus!
And Zombicam as
Makura, who is a secret agent.
Aye. And Rydell, who is
Isamu, who is a gangster.
awesome. And joining us eventually will be Herrfutzig and G Money, who both have created characters, but who are not with us at the moment due to either microphone issues or being at work temporarily, as the case may be with the individuals. Anyway, we're going to be starting, though, with Hunters of Japan's. Fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking roll with that name. I don't care. Hunters of Japan's, Part 1.
Let's read.
It is the height of summer, and it has been a blistering summer. Japan is in the middle of a heat wave right now, and the unpleasantly hot weather has coincided along with a series of, increasingly bold raids by a, notorious bandit lurking out in the woods who calls himself the Shadow, though. No one's entirely sure who he is. He's not exactly the most original guy in the world. He's also not exactly like a huge threat or anything. Like, he's mostly fucking around and annoying the lord of this relatively minor province.
Hey.
All right, good luck here. He's a lord of a relatively minor province that is not politically important, does not have a huge number of retainers, and is generally just not big enough focus for anyone to really give too much of a shit about. And also, the guy's, entourage is not really that huge. So when he sent out his first group of men to try and clear out this shadow, they disappeared. And it's uncertain if they just decided to abandon the Lord's service because this guy is kind of going nowhere, or if they were murdered, or if they joined up with the bandits. No one's entirely sure. But what the Lord is sure of is the fact that he's had enough of this crap. And so he has called for loyal retainers and anyone who's looking for a quick and easy, paycheck to come to the castle.
Let's fly to the castle.
Yeah, to come to his castle.
Let's fly to the castle.
Oh, shut up.
Shit.
Yes. Well, he's asked anyone willing to throw in for a hefty amount of gold to come to the castle to be given instructions for, taking care of this notorious bandit once and for all. And for various reasons, you people have all decided that this is a job that you're interested in. For some of you, it is because you want the money. For some of you, it is because you want to murder people without, getting in trouble with the law. For some of you, it is a matter of honor. And for at least one of you, it's a matter of a chance to get out of the province with a hefty amount of gold after somebody backstabbed you. But you don't know who that is. Anyway, you arrive at the castle around midday. The, people on guard are not really all that concerned about you. They know you're coming, and they're sort of like, yeah, go in. The courtyard is fairly quiet for this time of day, and you kind of get the feeling that most people who can find an excuse to be inside as opposed to outside are taking it. Because, again, it is really goddamn hot. In the castle, once again, everyone's kind of lethargic. Even the Lord on his throne, while he is trying to, maintain a very regal appearance, is basically sweating through his kimono and, being fanned constantly. As you enter, he kind of waves a hand at you and says, "Ah, good. You've arrived."
So all of us are together, are we?
Yeah, you may not have all came in together, but you've all kind of, sort of grouped up as you waited to enter the throne room.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of looks over at you and sort of like, "What is this woman doing here?" "Oh, whatever. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I'm not even
I'm not
going
gonna say it this time.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care. At this
Riffy.
point, anything to take care of these damnable bandits. Now, I am sure you are all wondering why I have called you here today. Absolutely none of you are wondering this, by the way. You all know exactly why he called you.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yes. Well, as you probably are aware, this disreputable, dishonorable wretch, calling himself the Shadow, has been making life miserable for my people. And this is something that I will not stand for.
Yeah.
Lord Huzanagi will never stand by idle as his people suffer. Someone get me some cool water. This day is miserably hot. You, serving boy, fan harder. It's very, very warm. Now, you know that I will spare no expense to know that my people are safe. So, I am offering each of you 50 pieces of gold in exchange for the head of the Shadow.
What happens
So-
if we bring him to you alive? Do we get more?
I will pay you exactly the same amount, but I might give you a small bonus, as it would be rather enjoyable to kill him personally.
Let's do that.
Gonna be honest. I'm pretty much gonna be a little bit more. Gonna need a little bit more out of that.
What? I am offering you 50 pieces of gold. That is a kingly ransom for such a wretch. He kind of wipes the sweat off his brow.
Yeah, I saw the guards kind of looking at me as I came in. Don't really like that. Like that. Unless you've been living under a rock around here. I'm kind of a big deal with law enforcement and stuff.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, I do not know you. Who are you?
Well, then that means my plan is working.
He kind of looks from side to side like, yes, well, whatever your plan is, it won't work. Because your plan is to get in my good graces by doing this, by taking down this notorious bandit, in which case we're on the same page in that regard.
Good then. Good then.
So,
Good then.
yes, indeed it's good, because I came up with it. And Lord Hozanagi's plans are always of the highest caliber of cleverness. So, as I was saying, Oh God, it's hot. We believe that he is... Oh, what was that, miss?
What should our first step be in order to get him?
Ah, yes. The first step. Down the river, we believe he has set up a small fortification. I sent my men to investigate there, but none have returned, which has led me to believe that we were correct in our assessment. It is down this river. He kind of points out, to like kind of the left of this throne. Out there is a winding stream.
Hello?
Oh my God!
Whoa.
You're echoing.
Christ.
Are you in a tunnel?
No, I just turned my levels up, and oh my God! I finally got my
Okay.
fucking microphone up.
Okay.
Harry,
You
you
are
are even
even
louder
louder than normal.
Yeah.
And you are
Uh,
echoing.
Jeez.
I apologize. Part of it is
The
I'm
wind tunnel.
in a freaking dance room right now, and it echoes like crazy.
Yeah,
So-
I noticed. Just be careful about shouting because it is like normal, but even more so.
Apologize for that.
Now you're breaking up.
Sorry.
And now we can't hear you at all.
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Now that I've
That's fixed.
must be crappy Miami internet.
It could be that.
Okay, I'll turn down the levels just like. Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you very
Yes.
loudly. Yes.
Indeed.
Good.
Okay, so part of it is the room. Can you guys still hear me?
Still hear you loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm literally about to hit 0 on my level, so I'll just leave it there. Hey everybody, my name is Herr Votek. I apologize for the sudden entrance.
It
It's
was
very
kinda
godly.
scary,
Okay, and your
to be
character
honest.
is?
My character goes by the name of Monk.
Monk. All right. And he is a...
He is an ascetic, basically.
All right. Well, fair enough. Okay, so Monk is also kind of comes in a little bit late and is just like, oh, hey, guys, all of a sudden. This rewards? What? And the Lord is sort of like, oh, right, yes, I guess there's one more joining you then. Yes, we are discussing our plans to take care of the notorious bandit leader calling himself the Shadow, who we believe has a base set up, a small fortification set up down the river. About, 100 miles or so downriver. He's very, very persistent. He basically is we believe he's set up his fortifications in the chaotic lands of a lord who was recently deposed, and he's using that as a location to raid us, which is also
I have
making extremely...
indeed heard the rumors, good sir.
Yes, and I'm offering 50 gold pieces to anyone who can bring me his head.
And if we all decide to bring you his head
Well, then I will pay you all.
in the same amount, or
Collectively or each?
I'll tell you what. You come back with his head, and I'll pay you all 20 gold pieces each. That'll be even more than 50 gold.
I require direct full payment for all.
You will be paid in full once you have brought me his head. Though I assure you, you will not be able to take him
Not
alone.
20.
Well, you can work that out with your colleagues afterwards. But I assure you that you will not be able to take out the bandit alone. Therefore, you should probably consider working with other people. If you want to get paid at all, that is.
Do you test me?
Dear God.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you under the sound of that stupid mask you're wearing. It's making you a little
I
muffled.
will tear your limbs off and
Now,
force
now,
you to eat them.
There are
Now,
there's still a
okay.
few
Kill
guards
the
around here.
guy.
sir,
Several hands fly to their blades, and it's like,
sir, please, one must remain calm in such.
And then I imagine that
One must
any
remain
weapons
calm in such
probably
matters.
were confiscated before entering the
Yes.
castle.
oh yeah, you guys are not armed right now.
Bakura jumps in and says, if you rip his arms off, then none of us will get paid.
The woman speaks well. The woman speaks truthfully. You should listen to her. She is wise.
Yeah, that's my.
Hypocrite.
Yeah,
You questioned why there was a woman here when she came in.
Yes, but now I can see that she is indeed wise beyond her gender. Unlike you, who is stupid. And wearing a stupid mask.
There. Everyone simply remain calm. We should not reach any resolution while we are this excited.
Would you like to see why I must wear this mask?
Honestly, at this point, I really do not care. What I care about is the fact that every moment you spend blabbering, it's time the Shadow is spending not being beheaded!
Right. All right,
Maybe
then.
if he makes you this annoyed, he is worth leaving alive.
No, that would be the opposite of why I'm paying you. See, if I wanted him alive, I wouldn't have to pay anyone.
50 gold and lowered it to 20.
No, I started the price at 50 gold for his head, and I've raised it to 20 for each of you, ungrateful louts. That would be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 gold pieces. That is double my offered price. I am being extraordinarily generous.
Perhaps, sir, you should simply leave it be.
Would we be allowed to loot this man's
Yes!
phone?
Yes, you may take all of the money that he has stolen as an additional reward. I care about his head being removed from his shoulders and brought to me.
In order to remove his head, we'll need something to remove his head with.
I shall
we have an axe or
return.
something.
My hands are strong enough.
There, see? The giant freak of nature has strong hands. He can tear the head off.
Okay, my character has anger issues, so, would that apply?
Yes,
Roll
we can
well,
tell.
Yes. You can roll willpower test.
Okay, so, what would that be as far as?
That would be roll a d10 and then double your willpower.
Okay.
Well.
Oh boy, this is just not going to end well.
This is going to be fun.
You have the ability to roll on the rolls.org thing. I'm kidding you. All right, you rolled a d10 and got 10, so roll again.
10.
10, roll again.
Oh no.
Okay, you have like Zen-like mastery over your inner rage.
Oh, I thought that was going to be...
No, that's like super good. He's like,
that was to control his anger. He got a 15 plus whatever.
This time.
Oh my god.
Well, wonderful, excellent. Now, as I was saying,
Fantastic.
get out of here. I want you down that river and finding that bandit camp and burning it to the ground. Everything you find inside is yours.
Great. Great, wasn't too fond of being here anyways.
Wonderful. Then that makes multiple of us. Now get out.
Well,
It's too hot to be sitting around arguing with mercenaries. And Lord Who's Enough, he just basically like, waves his hands like, meh, 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 meh.
alrighty, let's get out of here.
Very well, good sir.
So yeah, your group walks out into the courtyard. Now you're, for the first time all together, and kind of like, okay, well, I guess we're partners then, maybe.
Yeah. So, I guess we should figure out what we're
perhaps.
gonna do now.
I
do worry about his supposition to burn everything, however. And then he gestures to his own bird.
Ooh, nasty man. What?
What would 1 gold buy us?
1 gold? 1 piece of gold will definitely get you a bit of stuff.
Can I request forward payment of 1 gold then?
He refuses. He's like, what are you doing back here? Get out!
Jeez.
First,
I
perhaps we
told
should...
you he was a dick.
You did not say much of anything when I was there, good sir. Perhaps you
So
would
too,
care to reprise that?
the man is a dick.
That is
And
not.
I say,
Well,
Monk is so transcendent, his voice echoes throughout the room. That's what Belial says.
I
I apologize. I am in a dance room right now. I'm not even kidding.
It's
Wait,
all right.
the monk is in a dance room?
You're gonna get
Yes.
funky.
okay.
Yes,
By the
it's
way,
getting funky.
For Let's Read New Game Plus, it might be a good idea to, just
Since this is not Let's Read New Game Plus, maybe you should.
We'll
We've got ourselves.
talk about
So-
that later.
I believe we have. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. You guys have some food and supplies, but you might consider getting some more before you take off on your journey. It's not terrifyingly far, but given how dangerous the roads and stuff can be, 100 miles may be a longer trip than it might be during more peaceful times.
Well,
Then
well,
who here among us has a good amount of money to purchase supplies?
let's see. On me?
Did you? I don't think you gave any of us money. Character creation.
No, I said who has any levels of wealth?
I have 3 in resources.
No.
I have.
I have 1 in resources.
Let's see.
I have -5 in resources.
Okay.
I've got 0.
I've got 2 in resources.
All right. Anyone with 0, you have a small amount of money to spend. Anyone with levels beyond that, just basically depending on what it is, we're kind of fudging it. We're gonna kind of fudge it to find out exactly how much you have. So
Pretty much, if you have resources, then minor things just don't bother keeping track of.
exactly, if you have any levels of resources, then you will have. Sorry, lost train of thought. If you have if you have 0 levels of resources, you can get pretty much any very small thing, but like any actual like proper purchase is going to require noting. If you have higher levels of resources, you could probably get like some relatively decent gear. If you have lower levels of resources, you're probably not going to be buying all that much.
What if I have 3 levels in resources?
You could probably actually like buy like a sword or like a set of armor or something like that. Like you have enough money to throw around.
I already have. I already have a short.
You could buy a horse. You could get a.
Don't have.
Can I just pickpocket gold from someone?
You can try to.
Awesome.
So
Let's
they-
do that.
All right. Roll me a d10 plus pickpocketing and dexterity.
5 + 4 + 2.
All right, and I will compare that against this guy going like, huh? What was that? So that was actually pretty good. You successfully sneak over and like take out your small knife and like slice open the guy's pocket and catch the money as it falls out. Unfortunately, the coins clank together in a slightly noisy manner, and the gentleman like turns and notices you. He's like, "What? You damn thief!" He like, reaches down for his long knife.
I step up and I'm going
You
to
followed
try
him
and
pickpocketing?
No, I'm going to try and intimidate the guy.
Okay. The guy starts shouting like, guards! Damn, this vile woman has stolen my money.
I try to act innocent and look cute.
Okay. Yeah, the guy pulls out his knife. The guards are kind of like a couple of guards are kind of like walking over, looking concerned. And big dude steps up. What are you doing?
I'm going to intimidate everybody into stepping away from her.
All right, go ahead. Roll a d10 plus willpower plus intimidation.
All right, so. 11.
11. Okay, yeah. Well, everyone sort of like backs down. Even the angry man's like, but this sort of like steps, like just steps away. No one really wants to mess around with you.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, though, Zombie. You have a small amount of gold.
How
And
much
then
exactly?
I turn around.
You actually have you have 10 pieces of silver, basically.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
I turn
If you're
around and
curious,
say,
the two major units of currency you've had at the time were the yen and the sen.
All right. Well, you have a handful of sen.
I turn around and say, it might be best if you just take some money from me. I would rather you not drag us down.
As much as I would like to take you up on your offer, sir, I'm afraid I already carved my own weaponry.
I was talking to the lady, genius.
My apologies, good sir.
What are you doing, Zombie? Like, what is Dan? What's your character's name again?
Makura.
Makura. What is Makura doing right now?
She wants better stuff, because at the moment all she has is a knife.
Okay, but I mean, like, big dude is like bearing down you and like just ask for money. Like everyone's kind of in the squares, kind of giving you funny looks.
She shrugs and flicks him some silver, I suppose.
I was telling you that I have money to give you.
She doesn't need any more now. She's happy. Just walks off.
That's actually pretty
Unless
good.
you want the special discount, babe.
I just walk up to the other guys. This is why I don't be nice.
Because everyone's a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the other merchants don't seem as interested in dealing with you guys now. Partly because they're intimidated, and partly because they don't like dealing with thieves. So you don't have as many options anymore.
What about like?
I'd like to point out, I didn't like step in for her or stand
Oh
up
no,
for her or
but they
anything.
see you guys
so...
like hanging out together, and they're just sort of like, meh.
They see
I
her
already
as a
have
weapon.
I already have like a ginormous wooden bat, so
Yeah.
Regardless, I'm going to try to look into getting a better knife, a good cutting axe, and some food supplies for the road.
Yeah,
Alright,
and I would like to look into getting some food supplies for the road as well.
Fair enough. Right now, what's your levels of wealth?
Resources 1.
Okay. You're kind of looking around. You're like, okay, you can find a decent axe that you can afford. Really good, like a better knife than the one you have right now is a little bit out of your budget if you also want to get food.
What
Then
can I buy
I'll
with?
leave that one for now and just get the food.
Okay.
You know,
you want the
general
axe?
traveling surprise. Yes, and the axe.
Okay. So now,
let's see
yeah,
how
a simple wood
supplies.
axe is very easy to get your hands on.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm looking into like some spare clothes or something like that.
Okay. You can find a merchant who's selling clothing fairly easily. There's a lot of very simple, clothes that you can get. They're not super comfortable, but they're also not that bad. You also can find some nice sandals that, will keep your feet from getting too blistered from the road.
Alright, how much money do I have right now? I have 0 resource.
You have enough. You have enough to buy some simple stuff like clothes and shoes.
Alright,
Nice.
I'll get like a couple of like robes and
All right.
a pair of sandals.
That'll do. Yeah, that's easy to get your hands on.
would it be possible to get some decent armor?
So, do we sort of talk about getting foodstuffs for myself?
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's
able to
good.
buy a couple of bags of rice and some beans and just some basic stuff. You get some fish from a fish merchant. Been like dried out. So you're pretty good food wise.
All right.
Wait, hold
Would
on.
it
I
be
also
possible-
want to get a hat.
That's easy enough to do. Yeah, you can get like a nice big
Like one of
farmer's
those
hat.
big, yes,
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, you get a rice farmer.
Colorful ones.
Hello there. Wow.
Yes, you're basically Kung Lao right now.
I'm not
Would
wearing
it
them
be-
right now.
Would
Fair
it be
enough.
possible to get some decent armor?
I was picturing more like the hat Raiden wears.
Yeah, you can probably find some okay armor. Like you can't find like really good like decorative samurai armor, but you can find like some simple, some simple stuff.
Leather armor,
Yeah,
padded armor.
leather armor with like metal like strips kind of pulled across it to give it some nice reinforcement.
Banded armor, I think.
Yeah, it's like banded armor.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get that. How much? What's your expenses? What's your resources?
I have resources level 3 plus the money
Okay.
that Zambo gave me.
Then in that case, yeah, you have no problem getting your hands on some stuff. It's not amazing, but it will give you It'll give you 6 armor, basically 6 AV. So you'll get to take 6 off of the top of anything that hits you. Unfortunately, yeah, it's like even getting it. Even if you could find really good armor, you'd have to get armor custom made for your stature if you were getting anything more fancy than just simple like simple plates and stuff over your chest.
Okay.
All right.
Could I get some throwing knives and food with 8 silver?
You can get some food. The throwing knives will be a bit more expensive.
Okay.
All right.
That'll do then.
Yeah. You guys are relatively okay now. You've got some food. You've got some water. You've got a little bit more armor and an axe. So with that, and yes. So you'll be able to hit the road. Again, it is what?
And with that,
Yes. Do. You gently skip down the road. Again, it's very, very warm. You see farmers sitting by the riverbanks, washing their feet and fishing. Others less fortunate are out in the fields, sowing. There's a lot, like with how hot it's been. It's actually not that rain. It's not been that dry. So luckily, the crops are still growing all right, even if some are starting to wither from the heat.
yes.
But you've been getting some nasty rainstorms going along with this weather. Unfortunately, that also means traveling is just unbelievably unpleasant, as you sweat and grow tired very easily. And before too long, you find yourselves at a small village with a common house being rented out to travelers. So you can keep pushing ahead today, but you'd end up sleeping out on the out on the road, which is either going to be warm and unpleasant or rainy and warm and unpleasant.
Okay, so then, how far from the woodland is this road?
You're about like to just a forest. You could probably get to a forest before nightfall. Now, the place you want to get to is still another day's travel away.
Okay, so then it would be better to either do it on the road or in this house. Okay,
Why
alright,
don't we
I'm
do
trying
it
to
on the
think
road?
here. Yeah, because, would there be any traps in the house? Any sort of things like that?
You mean like a set
Like
trap, or like people waiting to ambush you?
Probably the latter.
Okay.
Common house that doesn't know we're coming.
Yeah, it's unlikely that you'd be ambushed, though. It's obviously possible that if someone saw you on the road, they could warn people, and someone could come in the night. Though, again,
Okay.
unlikely.
Yeah,
You're
my
basically
char-
like you're pulling up to a Motel 6 and asking, I wonder if it's booby trapped or if someone
Well-
set an ambush inside.
Oh, you forget my character has paranoid. So
Yeah,
that
it's
would
entirely
be-
possible.
Okay,
if you're
there
thinking
we
that
go.
way, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
So I'm wondering if my character would do a surveillance roll just in case.
Yeah, no, totally. You could totally roll a noticeable perception to see if you spot anyone who might be suspicious and looking at you. Roll that d10.
So it's what plus what again?
D10 plus notice plus perception.
Okay, notice 4, perception 4, and I rolled a 7, so that would be 15.
All right. Yeah, you look around and you don't see anyone who is obviously out to get you.
Not even Nero?
Okay. You notice no one who you do not already know who's out to get you. Now, after that, you do notice that the common house is not being used by many people, and there seems to be a relatively depressed mood to the people that you see around the small village. And it doesn't seem to be related to the weather, because you've seen plenty of annoyed or miserable people who've been just obviously just hating this heat wave, but these people seem like just really sad.
I'll ask them what's going on.
Okay. You ask a passing farmer, and he says, "Oh, it is tragic. The mayor's son, who was a great local, figure, went missing recently. We believe the bandits took him."
That strikes me as rather bad, does it not?
I instantly see a quest that will get me profit, so I go to see the mayor and
All right.
just save his son.
The mayor looks at you and just goes what is this random woman doing in my office?
Well, I saw you had an exclamation point over your head.
He basically just doesn't seem to he kind of takes one look at you and is just what are you doing? What are you doing here?
I have come about your son.
He's I do not want to speak about my my
Wait, did the
son's
rest of
interview.
us? Did the rest of us follow?
I imagine
Which one of you did any of you decide to follow her?
No.
I decided
I'll
to
do it.
follow her.
Oh, I'll follow.
I
I
didn't.
guess I did.
Okay, so whoever is following her has followed her to the mayor's office.
Which I think is everyone but me.
Okay, so Rydell's just kind of chilling.
I think I might want to put on
Chilling
my
like Bob Dylan.
hat. I think I might want to go in disguise.
Okay, you put on your hat and create a clever disguise.
The disguise of man in hat.
Yes. So yeah, the mayor's just "What are all of you doing in my home? Can you not see I'm in mourning?"
Especially that magnificently chapeaued guy.
I don't know. You never know. I'm sort of a wanted criminal.
That is true. It's yes, the bandits, just that one over there. That one dick. In fact, yeah, as you walk in, he's just never mind. I thought I recognized you for a second.
We are here. We are traveling to fight the bandits, or kill the bandits.
Perhaps we would be able to rescue your son for you if we encountered these bandits.
My God, of course. Of course, if you could do that, I'd be most incredibly grateful.
So,
whatever, if you were off to kill those bastards, then, you may stay here free of charge. I will see to it that the common house is made available to you without expense.
We thank you for your most gracious hosting, sir.
I think nothing of it. It is the least I can do to anyone brave enough to take on that evil man.
We shall make sure your son returns unharmed.
I'm sorry! There's so many with your thing.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it does sound kind of like you were threatening him with returning his son unharmed.
We'll make sure your son returns unharmed if you pay us.
No,
Anyway.
it was more if you don't pay us, we'll return your son unharmed. Like the return him unharmed was the threat.
I don't know. It was weird. Anyway,
It's his son.
but yeah, so you guys leave the house of the mayor, and you're oh, nice. Everything's looking up.
alrighty then.
Meanwhile, Rydell, while you're hanging out in the common house, you see everyone's still kind of really mopey. It's you don't know why because you weren't with them, but everyone seems kind of dour. And you see that there's a small child who's very seems really, really traumatized. He's off in like one corner, and a woman you assume is his mother is trying to get him to eat something, but he just looks, completely withdrawn.
Huh. Tough luck.
Yep, fuck that kid. Anyway, the rest of them show back up.
Wow, you are a dick.
And do you tell him about what you've learned, or more accurately, what you've been hired to do?
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So how'd your visit go?
Well, it went rather well. We have made arrangements with the mayor that he will allow us to stay in the common house free of charge. Provided, of course, we can rescue his son from the bandits, because the son has vanished and they believe the bandits did it.
Oh, what a coincidence. We're on our way to them anyway.
Exactly.
As you speak, the woman looks over at you and says, "Wait, you are going after the bandits?"
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
We are.
Yes, my son saw them take the mayor's son. Though no one believes
We are
him.
going after the right people.
Yes. My son saw them, though. No one believes his story, as it is strange, but I believe that he's trying to tell the truth. He is not a liar. He is a good boy. I believe he was frightened.
So, no one believes him that the bandits took the mayor's son,
No,
but everyone believes the bandits took the mayor's son.
No, you don't understand.
That's correct.
Yeah, she rubs the boy's head and says, he says that he saw, the bandits that took him, but he claims that it was a demon.
A demon?
Yes.
Maybe you should confiscate your child's opium.
My
What
child
kind of demon?
does not smoke opium.
I think that's China.
I believe that he saw, and the mayor agrees that it must have just been a mask or something, or that but many believe the child is being foolish. But it was
what kind of mask then?
He said it was gray, a metal mask, but that it had glowing eyes, like a cat's
Glowing
eyes at night.
Well, then it couldn't have been me.
No, it's
What?
Nero
are
is
you-
secretly Shadow.
yes.
Um,
It was a man in a metal mask whose eyes glowed like a cat's at night, and who stood taller than any man we've ever seen.
wow.
My son says that he was half as tall as a tree, and picked up the mayor's son with one hand after the mayor's son tried to fight him.
Does that
Shit,
sound
I
like a
have a
description of
long
any type of demon I'm familiar with?
Do you have myths and legends?
No, I've got more, street rumors, and criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot.
Okay, fair enough. Roll that, I guess.
Woodland survival would require me to know about creatures in the woods, right?
Yes, both of you can roll to see if this fits into anything that
And
you
that would also
might
be
understand.
int.
Okay.
Yeah, this would be
right.
an int one. This would be an int.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
intelligence
get a
plus
total-
this stat.
I got a
Oh,
total of 7.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'll go ahead and add survival woodland to that intelligence roll. Okay, so 15.
That seems to have vanished. 15?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be enough for woodland survival. You know of no creature that would possibly have fit this description. It was probably a person. You have also never encountered any such demon or any sort of monstrous creature, so the idea that the mother and mayor have is probably correct that it was a dude. What about you, Rydell?
Perhaps it was.
I got a
man's
7.
mask.
Okay, you ain't no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, demon.
Yeah. I have not heard of any demons of that variety, ma'am. Perhaps your and the mayor's idea that he was wearing a mask is the correct assumption here.
Or some new type of demon.
It is possible, I assume. She shrugs. I believe that it was probably just a person, though if it was true, and I believe my son, means to tell the truth. I believe that this man that you are hunting is great and stronger than any who I've ever met.
Well, whatever the case, whether or not your son is telling the truth about whether it is a demon or not, that is more information we can use to help us return the mayor's son safely. So I thank you for that, ma'am.
We thank you too. Thank you. And she kind of retreats back to her boy and continues trying to feed him.
Aw.
So do you guys just spend the night, or?
Yep.
Can I go see if I can get the boy to eat his food?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What do I need to roll for that?
Waiting for Nero to try and force feed the child.
You can roll fast talk plus. You can add in
I've-
A levels of
I have
charisma.
charisma.
Yeah, A levels of charisma or attractiveness you can add to this one because you're trying to, essentially make a good impression on the kid.
So I have 5 attractiveness and 3 charisma. Do I
You're
add
probably
those
going to
two, or-
succeed.
Okay. 1d10
I would like to use seduction.
plus 8 plus haggling. Can I put that in there?
I was gonna say fast talk, but sure, you can use haggling in this case at a -2.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you use haggling, you might have to pay him to do it.
Oh.
What about seduction? Can I seduce him?
What?
I will let you use. I will let you use seduction, though it is not for the sake of sexually trying to.
No! What's wrong with you?
No, you.
And then what do I add?
Pedophilia's what's wrong with him?
What attribute do I add
I
for
was
that?
kidding.
that would be willpower. Willpower.
Sambo, I was kidding,
So-
man.
6.
Wow.
6 plus 8 plus 3.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you just kind of bend down next to the kid and just like, oh, like you really should eat. Oh, he's a cutie.
And then force feeds the child.
You grow big up, strong.
Oh God, you bent down.
And the kid's just sort of like, oh, that's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll eat the food. And he starts, very slowly eating. And the mother's just like, oh, thank you. You're you're a blessing. You're amazing.
I know.
That's a good way of putting it.
Times like these where I wish I had no face to hide.
Coming
Wouldn't
from
having no face be absolutely terrifying?
I said having no face to hide. Fuck.
the
Can't even.
oh Jesus, yeah,
I meant I wish I didn't have to hide my face. That's
There,
more
sir.
what
I believe we understand rather well.
the
Actually, you haven't seen my face. To truly understand it, you must see it. But I prefer not to give you those nightmares.
Then I shall respect that.
I hope that he takes off his mask and it's a really squeaky voice.
yes.
Like, this is my
He
real
takes
face,
off his
guys.
mask.
Oh God, no! He takes off his face. He's literally Michael Jackson.
This is who I really am.
How hideous!
Okay,
Yeah,
Alfred,
he's
get
back
back
and
in your man suit.
He's not even human. It's just like a rabbit operating a mech suit.
yes.
It's like the dog ending from Silent Hill.
Basically, yes.
I was saying more the alien that got killed in the first Men in Black. And
Yeah,
this
that
really
is-
tiny alien operating a human suit.
Oh goodness. Anyway,
Yep.
so yeah, the mats are laid out and it's made presentable, and you're able to kind of enjoy a restful evening.
I have recurring nightmares though. Should I roll for that?
Yeah, roll d10.
Okay. Do I roll against anything else?
Nope,
Or...
you just roll d10.
Okay.
It is literally a 110 chance, and we're going to find
Okay.
out.
I rolled a 3.
Good enough. You're not having a nightmare. Anyway, the rest, you all wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and a little bit less cranky than the night before. food is once again provided to you by the town with compliments from the mayor. And you were able to leave, in high spirits. Those high spirits tend to dip a little bit as you get a little further down the road, and you find, the people have started, thinning out. Like, not in the sense that they're getting thinner, but there's less of them. The closer you get to the border, the more you kind of get the feeling that that might be because of the, chaotic nature of, the lands beyond this small and simple province. So you're not anywhere near the really crazy, areas of real warfare, but you're starting to get closer to those areas, and the closer you get, the more wild things get as people are able to kind of get away with more shit. But even more than that, there seems to be like less even than you'd expect from that. As you travel, you see kind of a merchant traveling alone and looking absolutely goddamn terrified. He has a long wooden stick, but he doesn't appear, a long wooden cudgel, but doesn't really appear to be in any sort of fit state to use it. They're just looking back and forth and all around, as if afraid that he's going to be attacked at any moment.
Aha! There we go.
Perhaps
Surveillance. Can I roll for?
I'm not the one to approach him.
Why did you get?
Can I roll for surveillance?
Surveillance is about bugs and thing of electronics and cameras and stuff.
Well, his paranoia sense has just kicked in again.
Yeah.
So.
Why do you have the skill surveillance in feudal Japan?
I figured because paranoid, but whatever. Anyway.
All right, roll notice plus perception.
Okay, notice plus perception again.
Those old Japanese CCTVs.
Okay, 14. I got a 14.
Okay. Yeah, looking around, you don't see anything too out of the ordinary. It looks like the guy's basically just being paranoid. But as you draw closer, he kind of freaks out a little bit. He's like, please, don't rob me.
It might be best I don't approach him first.
That might be a good idea. Especially as you are a big guy wearing a mask, which seems to be might be the identification for the Shadow.
Yes, that would be probably wise.
Camera aliens from the future gonna steal my talking rock, Andrew.
Oh, God.
I'll talk to him since I have all the talking skills, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Wait,
Yeah,
does that mean Andrew J. Talon is a rock? Oh my God!
Yes.
That explains how bad hands is. It was written by a rock.
That makes more sense.
Are you
than it
insulting
should.
Tom
No.
or Rocky?
Hey now, Rocky Balboa is actually pretty badass.
I never said he was a good rock.
Anyway.
So yeah, the guy's like, "Oh, please don't rob me." And Makar walks up
Andrew the Rock
and
says, "We wouldn't dream of it, or at least I wouldn't."
He kind of looks over at Mystery Man's like, "What about him?"
He wouldn't hurt a fly without good reason.
I save my anger for the bandits, unless provoked, of course.
Right.
And
well,
even if he is provoked, we will be ready to take him down.
that's very comforting.
If you could.
We
Well,
shall be the judge of that.
if you're looking for bandits, there are plenty back down that road.
Andrew the Rock, ex-Tom, ex-Boulder,
Right.
ex-Rocky, ex-Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Wait, which direction did he point? Did he point the direction we're going or the direction we came from?
Going.
Okay.
He's like, there's a, just down that way, I found an overturned cart. Everything
Hang on,
had
guys. I gotta step away from my computer for a second.
Okay. Everything had been stolen, and the, owner had, disappeared. Though, with all the blood around, I don't think he made it very far. All right, cool.
Everything?
Everything
Everything.
stole.
Then how?
No,
Then
except
how
for
do you
the
know
cart.
that they overturned the cart So okay, so they did leave the cart.
Yes, the cart was there. Everything
They're
in
not
the
very
cart.
efficient.
Yeah, they took everything but the cart. I assume they probably must have had like another cart, or maybe they didn't want to travel that far, or maybe it was in the woods, so they really
Yeah,
couldn't
but
effectively carry the cart.
Then
Look, the point is the cart was still there.
Valuable.
Well, yes, the cart is valuable, but obviously they not as valuable as the things that were in the cart, and not worth having to get off the road.
Who cares?
Not that hard to not overturn the cart.
This is semantics.
Well, they probably pushed it over. It probably got knocked over in the fight. I don't know. Maybe the
Then
car
they're
got
idiots.
damaged. Well, I didn't say they were
matters?
genius bandits. I just said they were bandits, and they tried to. They've obviously robbed someone, and I don't want to stick around to get robbed myself.
What
Can I make sure that he's not
matters
lying?
is
Go ahead.
Then why are you standing here arguing with me?
What do I roll for that?
Roll a perception
Questioning?
plus. Yeah, actually, questioning will work. Just questioning plus willpower,
Really?
and you can add your you can add your attractiveness and charisma to that one as well.
Oh god. 9 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3
You
plus
succeed.
2.
You're like, did that really happen exactly as you say? He's like, well, maybe not 100% exactly like that.
Then do tell us what actually happened, if you would. That would be of great aid to us.
Well, you kind of harms as well. The person was gone, just like I said. I never saw him, but everything was left in the cart. Yeah, it was just, someone had taken this guy, but left everything. No, he wasn't even robbed.
So
Okay,
his
that is
stuff's
very-
still in the cart?
Not quite.
So let me guess, it's in your cart.
Might be.
You kind of
My guy
stole
cracked
it
his
from him
knuckles.
after the fact.
Well, I
my
assume
guy
he's.
starts cracking his knuckles.
Well, he's
Because a
dead.
thought occurs to me then, and that thought is turnabout's fair play.
Hold on now. That man's obviously dead. Look, why don't
And on
We-
the off chance that he is not dead,
Well, on the off chance that he isn't dead, then all that blood is probably a sign that he's got bigger problems than his missing equipment.
But
How about
what if
this?
it's the bandit's
What
cart?
if?
What if they're going to come back for it? They might not be too happy with the person who has it.
All right. Well, how about this? How about we make a mutually beneficial agreement? I can get you most of what I took from him, and you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, you're not carrying with you enough to carry all these goods, but he did have a fair bit of money on him that was left lying around. I'm sure you could use that.
Indeed.
If we were to take this equipment, wouldn't they want to go after us instead of you?
Exactly. So why not just take the gold? He had gold on him, 30 pieces, in fact, in this bag. He pulls out the bag, and you can take my money as well. With all of this I now have, I don't need the extra, like 60 yen I had on my person anyway. It's like so here, take it both.
You're being very generous.
Well, I have a large amount of supplies that I can now sell. I'll be able to sell this for significantly more, but as you say, it would be very easy for you to just take everything I have, but you wouldn't be able to sell it for half as much as I can. And let's face it, you don't want to carry all this back, do you?
Yeah,
I
like,
snatch the money and I say thank you. We'll take that deal.
hold on a sec.
Don't
Well,
worry.
besides
they
the
won't.
money, what was in the cart?
Nothing else, I swear. His money was left lying on the ground next to all the supplies. The cart had been tipped over, but no one
I start
stole
cracking
anything.
my knuckles again.
I swear, it's true. There's nothing there. He was taken, blood everywhere. There was one other thing. He, reaches in the back and pulls out a, sword that has been carved in two. This was on the ground with the blood. I took. It's useless now. The, metal is too badly damaged. But I thought I might be able to maybe refashion the one end into a knife, or I don't know, sell it to a blacksmith who might be able to do something with it.
I turn to the others and I say, we have his gold now.
Yep.
Leave him be.
We're good.
yes. We are quite well without that. Thank you, sir.
Yes, well, what can I say? It's a pleasure doing business with you. And he, kind of smacks his mule and, hurries ahead. Or not his mule, his horse. And he's like, okay, go.
What a rather shrewd man.
That's a large word coming from you.
He's an educated monk where you're a bruiser from the woods.
I beg your rightful pardon, sir?
Never mind.
So anyway,
As I assumed.
So I don't think shrewd's really all that large of a word.
Like 5 letters.
I was about to say the same thing, but then I was
Monkey.
just like, nope, wouldn't be a character.
yeah. You walk down the road a little bit further and find yourselves not too long after at this overturned cart. Just as the man had said, there is blood on the roadside. The cart has been badly damaged and is laying on its side. And around the ground is earth that has been turned up as if a fight took place here. Though given the how close the man fell to his cart, it seems unlikely that the fight had been particularly fair. It looks like someone...
Paranoia kicked in for my character again, so...
Was it? No worries.
Yeah, so it's like, should I roll perception notice again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. I rolled a 10.
All right, roll
Rolling
again.
Again.
Rolled a 4.
Okay. You do notice this. There's a trail of blood leading into the woods.
Ah. See, my friends, there is
Does it go in
this trail.
Yeah, it heads into the woods. It's...
Best that I go first. I can stand damage.
And I shall go after you. I am rather aware of the environment.
Does it lead in the direction that we're heading, or?
it's off the path a bit.
Hmm.
It's not going away from the way you're heading, but it isn't exactly going in that way either. It's kind of more off to the side.
Yeah. But regardless, there is someone in danger.
Guy's dead. Guy's dead.
And are we ever certain of that?
He is not.
That's a lot of
See?
blood. Right there.
I would rather have faith that he is.
Believe you me, sir.
Regardless
I have
of whether
seen
or not
all
he's
blood in
dead.
a human body. This is not nearly all blood in his body. He still
Regardless
has
of whether or
much
not
left.
he's dead, they wouldn't have attacked him, killed him, left everything. They had to be after him, which meant they took him this way. So this will lead us to the bandits. Unless they did just
Precisely.
randomly run up, stab a guy, and wander off.
Precisely. So, shall we follow this path?
Me as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright. Dun 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 dun. You head along this path, and you see, especially Hare, who is Monk. Monk especially kind of picks up these little droplets of blood and stuff that trail on that go along the trail. Oddly, before too long, the big blood splatters kind of hold off, as if either the guy was bandaged or was trying to run low. Either way, though, eventually you follow the way to a great tree. The forest is kind of full of trees like this, but this one is particularly tall. And you think you see something up in the branches.
Would this tree be of normal size?
Yeah, it's like a large-ish normal tree. Like, you could probably climb to the top of it without, too much difficulty.
Yeah, but compared to what's surrounding it, is there anything odd about it?
No, it's normal for this part of the forest.
Okay. All right.
As I said, you can sort of see something up in the branches if you want to try and get a better look.
I have a cute sight. Should I roll for that?
That is +3 to your notice plus perception skill. Rolls when you're using your
so
eyeballs.
I succeed even without rolling, but I'll go ahead and roll anyway.
Yeah, you can always get a critical failure 1 followed by a 1 followed by a 1 or
Yeah.
something.
Okay, I rolled a 3, so that would be plus 3, 4, 8, 11, plus 3, 14.
All right.
Oh.
Well, in that case, you can always tell them, what you see. So Monk kind of looks up and goes like, "If I'm not mistaken, someone's tied up in the tree branches."
Okay, I got this. All right. I've got acrobatics. Would that
Okay.
help?
You can use that to try and climb. Does anyone have climbing?
I can actually climb.
Okay.
All right. Well, the two of you can go up together then.
All right.
Roll 'em, cowboys.
Climbing strength or dex?
This will be a strength check.
Okay, mine would be Dex, right?
Yeah, you can use Dex since you have acrobatics, and that's
Okay,
a
that's D10, right?
D10. Oh, it's
Oh,
always a
let me see.
D10 unless it's damage. It's always D10.
D10.
I get a 7.
All right.
10. Let's see.
At climbing. 8.
Roll.
Plus.
I got an 8 plus 3 in acrobatics.
All right. So, Ishmael, kind of very slowly struggles his way up through the first couple of branches, and it's just really slow going. He's not quite falling out of the tree, but it's like, oh goodness, this is not going well at all. Meanwhile, though, Time Knight, your character is, what was his name?
Yoshitomi.
Yoshitomi, though, is just like, ha ha! I will show you how a true forest man climbs. And it's like bounds up, grabs hold of a branch, throws himself up to the next branch, and just like douche, douche, douche. When Yoshitomi reaches the higher branches, you come within a decent sight of what you now realize is a body. And it is not a pretty sight.
Boy.
You are going to actually roll me a real quick fear test.
Your test, what would that be?
Do you have Nerves of Steel?
This does not apply to anyone on the ground, right?
No, this does not apply to anyone on the ground.
No,
Okay, in that case,
not.
roll me a willpower test.
Plus, okay.
Just willpower.
That is 10 plus willpower?
Yep. D10 plus
Okay.
willpower.
Alrighty, that is a 7 plus 2.
Okay, you succeed. So you reach up into the branches, you pull yourself up enough to kind of get a good look at the corpse, and let out a gasp, but manage to like control yourself before you like fall out of the tree. The body has been skinned. Someone has deliberately gone and peeled all of the skin off of this person.
Oh my god.
Well...
It is horrifying. He's also been tied up with a long, thin rope by his ankles and hung upside down. Whoever did this was leaving a fucking message. Like, this is a...
Wait. But they put it so high up in a tree
That,
it took
yeah,
someone with a cute sight to see it.
exactly. Which is...
Not sending a message, that is hiding it.
Yeah, see, that's the really weird thing. Like, skinning someone is the type of thing you do to, like, send a message to someone. But the only people who would see this are people who are either climbing up in these woods or people with really good sight.
Well... Okay, then.
It's a very, very strange message is what I'm getting at.
Considering that this is pretty high up in the trees, I'm gonna guess this is not just a regular person who managed to carry a body all the way up here.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. Like, who even did this shit?
Yeah.
Actually, you know, you're the bandit, right? You're the Robin Hood guy.
Yeah.
Roll me intelligence plus. Do you have streetwise?
Let me see. Don't think I have streetwise. Disguise, cheating, pickpocket, escapism. No, I do not have streetwise.
Okay, well then just roll me d10 plus intelligence minus 2.
Minus 2. Okay.
Yeah, because this is an unskilled check.
Okay, let's see. That is a 5 plus Plus intelligence. 3 minus 2. That would be a 6.
Okay. Basically, you kind of like go and like, God, Jesus, what the hell? And you try and think back on like anything you've heard about the Shadow to tell you whether or not he's the type of dude who would, skin his foes alive and hang their bodies in weird places. But you're unfortunately not that up to date on, other bandits. You've kind of been a little bit more concerned with robbing people and giving to the poor. So, yeah, you're not sure. Like, maybe this is the guy's MO. Maybe this is like some sort of weird thing against a local band, like a local rival or something. Whatever the reason, you don't know.
Well,
This is rather strange, is it not?
Yeah, by the way, are you going to like cut down the body, or are you going to just crawl down and tell them what you found?
what would I do? I don't know. Let's see.
If it takes too long and I get up there, I'm cutting down the body.
All right, I'll cut down the body.
Okay, so fun thing is about to happen. Rydell, you watch as this skinless corpse flies past you on the way down. All of you, roll me a fear check. If you have nerves of steel, you don't have to.
Okay,
I
great.
don't have to.
I don't have to either.
I have nerves of steel.
All right.
So basically, the guy who went up to see it's the only one that it matters to.
Hold on, Zombie Cam, do you have nerves of steel?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah, so literally the only person in the group.
Well, dang
Good
it.
job, Time Knight.
Oh, hold on. Time Night? Yeah. So, yeah, so the body crashes to the ground and everyone's like, oh, that's disgusting. Oh, God, that's kind of freaky. Anyway, that's
I've
weird.
seen worse.
Oh, God.
Well, nerve seal isn't necessarily like you just like totally brush it off. It's just that it's not likely to make you go like, wah! You're
But
on
it is
like,
enough to make us ponder.
yeah, it's like enough to be like, oh, that's creepy. But it's not enough to be like, oh, God, roll. Oh, God, you fall to the ground screaming or run away in fear or whatever.
That's interesting.
Indeed,
Having
it
like
is.
a tea ceremony, and it just lands in front of us, and we're like,
Yeah. Oh. Put your cup down
Right.
on the forehead. You've interrupted our tea ceremony. How incredibly incredibly uncouth of you.
Indeed, good sir. Would you pass me the rice
I
cake, please?
say.
I'm just imagining like dropping into like a fast food restaurant. It's like, sorry, sir, no shoes, no shirt, no skin, no service.
Throws it back out.
I like how
Now the
it
sign
was
doesn't say anything about skin or
I like
pants.
how it was. I like how like you said the whole tea ceremony thing like you were British. So
Yes. Well, this is actually a thing I've always kind of, I've always found interesting. I've always kind of agreed with, which is this thing where it's like, if it's taking place in a foreign country where everyone is speaking unaccented, that territory's native language, it really doesn't matter what accent you give it them as long as it's always consistent with the one that you've done. So it's like, not everyone in medieval France should be speaking in a British accent. That's kind of silly, but they also shouldn't necessarily all be speaking in the thick French accented English.
Until you get to the movie of Les Mis, where everyone is speaking with a fake British accent, except for the one actor who is British who's using a fake French accent.
Oh, Christ. That's...
Anyway.
Anyway, but yeah, so there's this hideous corpse on the ground, and you're like,
Am I still in the tree?
you're climbing down the
I
tree.
should probably climb back down.
Yeah.
Yes.
I won't make you roll for it because you didn't get that high. You just sort of like hop out of the branches. So yeah, now that that's on the ground, you got a better view of it. Yeah, it's a skinless body. You can't really tell any proper defining features because of the fact that it has been, removed. There's no hair. All the teeth and all the eyes and all that stuff is still in there. It seems like it was a very careful job. Like, enough that anyone who's, like, super familiar with this person might still be able to recognize it. But, obviously, for random Joe Schmo, it's,
Okay, so he skinned the corpse, which is send a message, but then hung it way up in a tree where no one could see it. I can
Yes.
think of 3 reasons that a person would do this.
What are they?
1, they want to hide the identity of the body in addition to hiding it. 2, they want to keep the skin as a trophy. Or 3, they're planning on using the skin for something.
Is
What
there
would they use the skin for, though?
is there anything inside of like its mouth or anything?
I don't know.
Like a note or anything?
Person body suit?
Eesh. You pry the mouth open, didn't see anything.
Magic ceremony?
It could be.
I once found a
Haberdashery?
hermit who did that.
Particularly morbid haberdashery. No, there's nothing in the mouth, though.
I
Would
mean,
there be
I heard
any-
about this guy
Yeah?
out east who wrote a book and then like covered the book in skin.
All right.
Is necro something?
Hey, it's
west. Sorry.
Gibran. Gibran's here. Hold on, let me.
Hold on, guys. I gotta go for. Yeah.
Okay, well it's all right. We're getting closer to the end. We'll switch out with G for a little bit, assuming that it doesn't explode the
Well-
microphone.
Here we go. G can play the corpse.
All right, and I'll do experience at the beginning of next session so that you don't miss out on that.
I'm playing a corpse one.
You sound like
A
you're being
skinned
tased.
corpse.
Don't ask, G-Money. Just don't.
All right, G, you are a little bit staticky.
Tasery.
You sound a little bit.
Yeah, it
It
sounds
sounds like
like...
Jane Doe being tased.
God damn it!
Oh, memories at the corners of my eye.
How's that better?
It's actually exactly the same.
Fuck. I think it's just where I am.
All right. Well, what we call it for right now, then we lost a person. G-Money's mic is kind of going nits.
Okay.
But yeah, we got a pretty good thing going on. We'll pick up again with you guys trying to figure out more about the skinless body, and that's a pretty fucking cool note to end on, if I say so myself.
Yeah, I say so too.
So yeah, we'll continue this mystery next time, and you will see if you can find the elusive shadow. Until
All right.
then, though, this has been Duhad, joined by Rydell,
Yes.
Herr Wutzig,
Hi.
Zombie Cam. Very briefly by G Money,
Hello.
Nero.
Oh, that's Reed.
There you go. And
Died.
unfortunately, not here for the very end of it, but our good friend, the
Time
Time Knight. So thank you all for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
See
Oh, that's
ya!
Reed.
See ya.